Hi, welcome to Dragon's Cave. I've got this lovely dragon's claw candle holder. I don't know how much of the detail you can see, but there's a snake around here, and I think that's a skull there. I do love a dragon. Unfortunately, this isn't the kind of mold I could turn inside out to paint, so it's something I'm going to have to do later to pick out the detail. I'm going to obviously do it in black because dragon. Kind of dithering about adding a little chameleon powder in to see if I can get any kind of shift in there at all. Have a think about that while I mix up my resin. The detail of the scale is gorgeous. Yes, there's a skull here. Are there any more? No, it just appears to be rocks. Okay. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to have a think about mixing something in with the black just to give it a bit more interest. I'm going to go and mix up my resin and I'll be right back. Bye. I got my resin mixed up and I thought I would try this powder that I got from Temu as usual. It's a chameleon. It's kind of a purpley, greeny, browny colour. It's kind of close to what I imagine that octarine would look like if it were a real colour. Octarine is, according to Terry Pratchett, the colour of magic, which is a kind of greenish purple. It actually looks really brown in the cap. I've never actually mixed chameleon powders directly into resin before, and I don't know how well this is going to work. Just cross everything as usual. I like a brown with a purpley cast to it, a greenish cast. I can't see any purple in here at the moment, which is a bit sad. Sure, all the lumps are mixed in. It's not a bad colour though. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use filler as usual so that I can do this all in one pour, because this is not a deep pour resin, as I'm probably told you a million times. Just going to pop a bit more of that in. See, when I look at the powder I can see the purple, but when it's mixed I can't. Oops. So yeah, where was I? Filler. So this cup is quite full. There's 210 grams of resin in here. I don't have a bigger cup at the moment. I keep meaning to get some and I never get round to it. But what I'll do is, once this is all mixed, I'll split it into 2 cups, because I'm going to use this black sand as a filler. It's just a decorative sand that I got from a local shop. You do need, because it's sand though, you do need to mix it in really well to prevent too many bubbles. It hasn't done too badly so far. So, right, I'm going to split this into 2. Ish. Yeah, I saw some powder rise to the surface when I poured it into the other cup, so it's obviously not quite mixed yet. Let's get this stirred in a little. I'll pop this one to one side while I start with the other. A bit more in there. There we go. Okay, let's start mixing in the sand. Now there are many benefits to using fillers, not least of which is that it does save you quite a bit of money on resin. It also gives the finished piece a nice weight. And it means generally you can pour your resin quite a bit deeper than you normally would be able to. Now, don't take my word for that, you'll need to practice, because not all resins are equal, but it's something that works for me. It's mixing in nicely. Not too much more sand to go in now. I think I've mixed up way too much resin though. That's okay. I have other things to do. There are always molds on standby. Okay. So I'm going to let that just sit to one side. Get some isopropyl alcohol. Give that a quick squirt on the top. Clear the bubbles from there. Now, because there's a reasonable amount of detail in this mold, I'm going to also spray some alcohol in here. Make sure it gets down into the claws. A little bit of a squish. I'll start with a small amount in just to get it into the crevices in the bottom. It doesn't seem to be any more bubbles rising from this, so let's just get cracking. I'll pour that just about here. Okay. We'll start with that so I can get down in here and give it a squish. Make sure there are no bubbles trapped. As you can hopefully see that there is a lot of detail in the scales with the claws. See the scales at the back of the hand. May be a little bit of an issue for trapped bubbles. Let's get that up to here. Don't want to fill it too full just yet because I need to make sure that it's all properly clear under there. Unfortunately, I can't lift it up at this stage because it'll just end up tipping over. Okay. Right, we're getting there. Don't want too much clear resin in here because then you'll end up with quite an obvious demarcation line between the sand and the resin. I kind of think it'll spoil the effect of the whole thing. I need to get the sand up to a certain level. The rocks being in the part of the resin without sand might actually look pretty good, but I really want the sand to come up to a certain level. And then I'll give it another squish. And my Okay, I'm almost up to the end of the snake now. I'm going to do a check all the way around. Oh no, I knew that was going to happen. Damn it. These molds are not steady, so I'm going to have to find something to stand that in, clear this mess up. I'll see you for the demold. Bye. Hi, we're back. I think I rescued it. At least I hope I did. I ended up having to wedge it into a pot with plenty of bits of cardboard shoved down the sides. Just check. Yep. Checking my microphone. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So far, so good. Not entirely sure how easy this is going to be to get out, though. So it is stretchy, but don't actually know how you're supposed to get this out of the mold. So I'm going to try and lift it up over this piece first, if I can. It's loosening, okay, or up to there it is. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some alcohol down into the claws, see if I can pull it off. Try not to get alcohol on my poorly finger, which I managed to slice open just a couple of minutes ago, trying to get something different out of the mold. Not sure which order you'll see these videos in. You may see that one before this one, or possibly the other way around. Who knows? Try and get some more down here. Yeah, this is a really awkward shape. I'm not entirely sure how anybody can get this out. Get the, you can see the seal breaking here. Oh, that was a nice squishy noise. Wonder if I can pull it off now. Try one claw at a time. I'm not having the best day resin-wise. Everything seems to be going wrong today. First, there was the spillage on this one, and I cut my finger trying to get something else out, which also doesn't want to come out of the mold. I do need to call in reinforcements in the form of my husband to help me with that. But there's no way he's going to be on camera, so I have to do it without filming. Come on, out you come. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this one too often. Just lucky that this one is actually a flexible mold and rather than a solid one, because I'd never get it out without a pair of scissors. Oh, feels like it's starting to move. If I can get one out, it'll give me the space then to move the others, hopefully. Out you come, come on, nearly there. Okay, I'm getting a headache now. At this rate, I'm going to end up making a hole in the mold here. Come on. Oh, good grief. And it slipped straight back in. So, yeah, you might not want to do this mold yourself unless you're really strong. If this is just taking too long, I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and I'll be back to you when and if I get it out of the mold. See you in a minute. Okay, finally we did it. Don't think I mean, you can see it down here, obviously, the demarcation where the sun stopped. I don't think you can see in this light. There is kind of a greenish sparkle to it. You may be able to see that. Yeah, overall, apart from the fight getting out of the mold, I'm really pleased with that. I'm not sure what colours I'm going to paint it with. The claws will definitely be gold. I'm going to leave it a little while because it's a bit, still just slightly tacky. But we'll have a little tea light. I like this one, they're kind of cute. Except I can't get in there to turn it on. Looks like I've broken the end off. Let me see if I can do that with this. There we go. It's a little flickering light. Just going to lift it up for you to see it. Can't really see in this light. Let me turn this off a second. Okay, that shows a little better, but yeah, so I'm going to paint this up. Actually, that back on for a second. Switch this off. Where's my pen? Here we go. Little gold pen here. Some very tiny bubbles in it, but nothing drastic. Not missing any large pieces of the air bubbles. That was quite the fight getting it out of the mould. So it's not something I'll be doing too often. Once I managed to get one of the claws out, it came out quite easily. It's just getting past that first one really, and giving the mould a bit more room to stretch. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks cool. I'll paint the rest up off camera. I'll get you some shots out in the daylight tomorrow, and see you for the next one. Bye.